Well, hello everybody. Jason of New Age Revolution Cave. Happy Wednesday. What is behind me? Got a little pickup to do still here, which we're moving forward on. We'll get to that later. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, and I think the show schedule is it's all over the place right now. The only show I do regularly on Monday is the LJNs, and then Sunday's usually the Power Hour. We are likely going to do a Nup All Night this Saturday, just because it's my new thing now. I love it. I love it. I was so, and it was not as well. I wouldn't say it's not as good, but my brain wasn't into it as much last week because the kids had a sleepover and they were up and they were coming down, and so next Saturday, this coming Saturday, the Nup All Night will be better. But do you guys want to actually watch it on a Saturday night? Which means I'd have to make it this Saturday and put it up next Saturday, so it would delay a week. Or do you mind watching it Sunday mornings? See, what do you want? You want it on set? Because I want to give you. I want to give you what was it used to be called, like appointment television. I want you to, if it's Saturday Nup All Night, I want to put it up at 10 o'clock on a Saturday night, which would mean I'd have to make it this Saturday and post it next Saturday. We'll see. Or do you mind watching it Sunday morning? It's up to you. Vote now. What are we talking about today? Couple of things. Later today, we're gonna test out the Sega Genesis, the power pack. The power pack should come today. Amazon says it'll be dropped off today. Amazon's a wonderful thing. Amazon is really just so wonderful. I ordered the power pack last night at about 8 o'clock, and it'll be here today. I think that's fantastic, and I know that's unlike me, but. Trust me, in my obsessions and my anxiety, it's not. It's perfect for me. Or else I'd be driving all around town searching for a power pack. Which leads me to this. After the Sega broke, do we do this as collectors? This is not the show today, but do we do this as collectors? I was obsessing about the Sega. And the Sega sat unused for 2 years until I got this new television. And when I hooked up the Sega, do you know how much Sega I played? About 3.5 minutes. While my kids were trying Road Rash, I took the controllers and showed them what to do. That's all I played of the Sega. But I'm looking up NBA Live 98. That's in my eBay list. I'm going to get that and play a whole season. Then I hook up the Sega, it breaks, and then I suddenly become obsessed with finding another Sega. I'm on eBay all night. I'm on Facebook Marketplace. I'm sending, offers to people on Marketplace that are just getting denied because people are stupid. And I got to have a Sega, right? So then the Sega comes in the mail, and it doesn't work because my adapter might not work, and I'm even freaking out about that. Now, you know what's going to happen? We're going to get the power pack. I'm going to plug it in. Hopefully it works. And then you know what I'm going to do with the Sega? Nothing. I don't want to play it right now. I might play Sonic. I might goof around with Sonic. But then the obsession is over, right? Then the anxiety dies down. Do we share that as collectors, or is it just my insanity? I don't know. Anyway, it's Hey Do You Remember? Hey, do you remember? And I thought about this because I am currently planning the third annual Nup Orlando Universal Studios vacation. I said last year we weren't going back for a couple of years. I felt like the magic had died down. It was a bad year for me health-wise, and so I did not enjoy the trip as much as I did the year before because of the anxiety and because of the throat issues. The throat has been fantastic, January and February, so I'm just gonna roll with it. And so as we got back from the trip, we instantly missed Florida. And I instantly had a list of things that I didn't do and I'm going to do next time. And so we're going again. I haven't bought the trip yet. I'm trying to pay for it in as much cash as possible. So I'm putting side money aside and eBay money aside and YouTube money aside. And I'd like to just pay cash for the trip and the rental van and the dog sitter all at once. But it got me thinking about family vacations of childhood. And, here's your quick show today. I didn't have any. I didn't have any. I didn't go on family vacations. Did you guys? Because I didn't. And I think money was the issue. I think I think divorce was the issue. I think I don't know. I look at families who went on vacation, and it was almost like a television family. It was almost like the kids that went on family summer vacations were, I don't know, their families were good and they were together and they loved each other, and they might have been churchgoers, and dad went to the office every morning, and mom had on an apron. Those are the families that I see going on family vacation. That wasn't my family. I always after my dad left, I would always compare later in life. I didn't know back then, obviously, but later in life, I would say, and even today, I would say that living with my mom and my sisters was like an episode of Roseanne, right? My mom was like Roseanne. Like there were shortcuts, and here's your dinner tonight. Here's here I made you a sandwich and some cheese puffs. Enjoy your dinner. No, it wasn't always like that. It was a hot dog, macaroni and cheese childhood. Okay, which wasn't bad. And my mom made dinners. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it was like Roseanne, right? We weren't a white collar family. The house wasn't always decorated perfectly and cleaned perfectly, and the ashtrays on the counter with my mom's cigarette butts, and it didn't feel like a summer vacation family. Honestly, we didn't feel like a vacation family, and we never went. The closest I came to vacation was a camping trip. I remember a camping trip that was '86. That was the summer of '86, where I got a bunch of LJNs for my birthday. But my birthday's in May, so I think we went like first week in June, and she just held off the presents, or maybe we went in May. I don't know. But I think I had my birthday at camping, or at least I got the presents at camping. I'm not sure. And that's the Jimmy Snuka underwear old lady story that I've told. And the campground was, like an hour away. And we just stayed in a camper. Like that was vacation. That was a big deal. We would go to the Six Flags. That was like an hour away. We wouldn't stay. We would just go for the day. So those aren't vacations, but in my mind, that's all I had. That was it. We did not go anywhere else. I had never left New York until I was, I think, 18. Probably the summer of 18. My dad and his new wife, took us to Myrtle Beach. And that was my first ever family vacation. My dad, his wife, her two kids, and then me and my two sisters. We went to Myrtle Beach, and we had like it was like an apartment right on the beach. I guess you would just rent, kind of like an Airbnb, I suppose, back in the day. But it was just this big apartment building, like right on the beach. You could walk out the back steps. And when the tide came in, you couldn't walk out the back steps. You'd be in the water. So it was that close. But I don't have a lot of fond memories of that trip. I don't know how much fun I had. I don't remember doing anything spectacular on that trip except just sitting around the apartment and the beach. Um, yeah, so I don't know how great it was. My dad also took us to Allegheny State Park, which is about 3-4 hours away, to camp in a cabin. My dad took me to Maine to camp with his friends when I was about 15, maybe 14. But that's it. No, and what I'm talking about, my vision of family vacations is, Florida, the Disney World, the Universal Studios, um, the Grand Canyon. What else? What are some other? I don't know. Ocean City, Maryland, maybe. I don't know. Is that really? But when I think of family vacations, I think of Florida, and I think of the Grand Canyon, or like Yellowstone Park or something like that, where kids go every summer. To me, it just seems like such a dated thing. Um, and it was reserved for certain families, I think. I don't know. Is it not? Am I, this is just something I never had. So, and my kids didn't have it until Florida. I mean, we didn't take family vacations with the children at all until 2 years ago when we went to Florida. 2022 was our first family vacation. We had gone and stayed a night in Niagara Falls on a whim. I think I was bored one Saturday and I was like, you guys want to go to Niagara Falls and just get a hotel? And we did, and we didn't do anything. Like, we went out to eat and then we just stayed in a hotel. I don't know, something different. That's it. That's it. We didn't. There was no vacation even now. So, in 2022, I don't know why I got the idea. I think because we watched a lot of Paging Mr. Morrow on YouTube. And he really pumps up Disney and Universal Studios. And my kids aren't interested in Disney stuff. Neither am I, except for Star Wars. But we chose Universal Studios, and I called. I could probably have gotten the vacation cheaper through other travel companies or whatever, but I didn't want to. I didn't trust it, and I didn't know what to do. So I literally just called Universal Studios and talked with one of their reps, and they set the whole vacation up, and I might have overpaid. I don't know. But, we navigated it pretty well, and we drove and had no idea what we were doing the first time, and had no idea how to even get to the theme parks. And once we got to, kind of the security checkpoint hub of Universal Studios, we had no idea where to go. We didn't know anything. We didn't know where anything was. It took us a few days to figure all that stuff out. The second year, last year was super smooth. We know where everything is. We know what to do, except I was messed up, physically and mentally. So that kind of put a damper on it a little bit. And this year I'm super excited, and I'm super hopeful, and just really, really, really trying to stay healthy, because I want to have a blast this year. Last year was tainted a little bit. This year I just want to have such a good time at Universal. I mean, Liam will be 12. Finley just turned 8. Liam will be 12, but he's a very young 12, so I'm not worried about that. But time is ticking. How much will he care when he's 15 or 16 to go to Universal Studios? I mean, he's probably going to be a dick and be like, well, I don't ride rides anymore. I'm just going to sit in a hotel and blow lines or something. But we got the young. We got Finster to have a good time. But I worry that the window's closing. So. Family vacations are going to be an annual thing for us, even though I complain about it, and even though I hate driving and I'm afraid to fly. So don't suggest that, please. I'm going to go, because it's just a different feeling. And when you did go on family vacations, was it a different feeling? We've talked on this channel all the time about feelings. When you went on family vacation, whether it was to Disney, whether it was to Grand Canyon, did you step outside of your world? Were you just totally on a different planet? I felt that way year one, 2022 in Universal. I didn't feel that way the second year because I was in my head. This year, I want to step completely out of my world and just go, go and just embrace. And every year I say, I'm not going to give myself any rules. I'm not going to give myself any structure. There's just go. When the kids want to go to the pool at 9:00 at night and I'm exhausted from walking in the park all day, I'm going to go to the pool and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to have a drink and I'm going to have a good time. And I really want to do that this year. So anyway, back to the topic for you guys. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Was it an annual thing? Was it something your family planned for? Was it was it the NUP family vacation every year? Was it just locked in? Did your dad have to wait for his bonus at work to pay for the vacation? Did you go visit grandparents in another state? Or were you like me and you just didn't experience it at all? And aside from the Myrtle Beach trip with my dad, I can say I officially experienced a family vacation at, 47 years old in 2022. So 46, I think I was. Whatever, doesn't matter. But that's it. That's when I experienced a vacation. So, the memories, I can't talk about the memories because I don't have them. And I think that it was something missing from life. But when I look back at my family, there was no way we were going to go. My mom didn't have any money. She wasn't a vacation type person. We weren't a vacation type family, and we never went. And that's just, that goes deeper than just not having vacation. It goes to the family that I grew up in. When I lived with my grandparents, we certainly did not go on vacation. I don't think my grandparents have ever gone on vacation. So it just avoided our family. But what about yours? Where'd you go? And more importantly, were you able to step out of your world? Were you able to forget about school? Were you able to forget about everything and just have a great time? Talk about it below. We'll see you next time. Good night now.